Right, I am back. Now I have to confess it's now actually the next day. I didn't actually make it back, you know, in that same day. But I have double-sided, you know, loads of these papers now. So I've got a really good variety now to, you know, to work with, to be able to add flaps and tucks and pages and, you know, you name it, I can add it now. And I've also got some of my food coloured paper, which just coincidentally, how brilliant is that? I mean, it just perfectly coordinates with this folio. So yeah, I'm going to just fold this in half here like this. And then I'm just going to cut it down. You know, it doesn't have to be exact, but just, you know, roughly a similar height. Like that. And yeah, I'm going to have this in here. So it's like a sort of journal inside the folio itself. So that's that. And then I'm going to, I think, if I've got some more pages, because now that I've double-sided these, I've got some that are sort of, you know, flimsy pages, printed on sort of copy paper thickness. And then I've got some thicker ones as well. So I'm just going to sort out some from the thinner pages that I could possibly use as more pages in that sort of journal section. So let's just pick out a couple. Oh, okay. So I might use perhaps these two. Yeah, maybe those. And then I've also got this one actually. So yeah, I could use those. Let's just pull this back out. I don't mind if these are shorter than the actual page, if you see what I mean. Because if I tried to have them, you know, the same size, I'm going to have them lengthways, which of course then, you know, my butterflies would be up the wrong way. I mean, not that that's the end of the world, but, you know, there's no need, because actually I can just make the pages slightly smaller, and that's absolutely fine. So just going to go in here like that. Okay, and we'll just trim that down here on the side. Oh, the sun is shining today, so it's a much better day than yesterday. So yeah, hopefully you're all having a nice day wherever you are. And of course today is Mother's Day, so I hope everyone's having a really nice Mother's Day. Well, it's Mother's Day in the UK. Obviously you know, I'm aware that we have kind of different dates for these types of days. But yeah, if you're in the UK, happy Mother's Day to you. I hope you're having a lovely day. I mean, obviously we're still in a sort of lockdown, so we don't have anything very much planned, but you know, it's just, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. So let's put that like that. And then this one, I think I'm going to just have like that. Okay, so I've got a nice variety of pages now. You know, for that kind of centre journal-y type piece. So that's going to go in there. Right, so let's go back to the other side where we glued in these envelopes, which, oh, now this is stuck. Even though I tried my very best not to stick it down, it did then stick. Let me check that I haven't done the same here. No, okay, well that's good. At least it was only one part. So let's just take in some of our little bits and pieces that I've got here on the thicker paper, which is, you know, then going to kind of be able to be folded and worked within the journal. So, or within the folio. I mean, it's not really a folio. It's, well, no, that's not right. It's not really a journal, was what I was meaning to say. I'm just wondering whether I could have a kind of flap here. So yeah, let's just fold this down. Now this is, I think, 250 GSM card. So, you know, it's pretty good thickness. So I'm able to just use this straight away like this as my flaps. So I'm just going to check where I need to roughly cut that down. Okay. And obviously, you know, I don't really like measuring or using a paper trimmer, so I'm just going to go down this edge with my scissors. And if you just fold your paper in, you know, in half, it just gives you a really good line to guide you to cut it. So if you are like me and you don't like using your paper trimmer, you know, just by folding it, it gives you a kind of guide there of where to cut into. So yeah, I'm going to have that there. So I might just glue that straight down now. And obviously we have plenty of glue now because I went to the shop. Okay, whoops. So we'll just pop this one down here, just along that side edge. Okay. I mean, I just love having kind of lots of interesting things, really. You know, flaps and tucks and pockets and, oh, you know, what have you. Because it just makes it really nice and interesting to look through. You know, so that's all that we're doing, is just adding lots of kind of interesting bits and pieces, really. So I'm just going to now have a look and see whether we might like to have something else, you know, down here like a pocket, because we could have, you know, a sort of side pocket here, or what we could do is use these papers which we used for the flippy pad, and we could have a little flippy pad underneath there, which I think is actually really cute. So yeah, I think I'm going to go for that. Again, just seeing whether I've got any flimsy bits. I think the rest is all on pretty much, you know, thicker card. So I'm just going to quickly go under the table and get some more of that food colour paper. Hold on. Okay, right. So all I'm going to do is just put these here as a guide. And then again, I mean, I've actually got, yeah, 3 sheets here. So we can just, in fact, rather than be really extravagant, let's just use one. And I'm just going to kind of concertina it a couple of times. And then I can just cut that down as my other pages. So just go once along this side here. Oops. It's really windy today. Yeah, really, really, really windy. I dropped my daughter to school and I was on my bike. Oh my goodness, the wind was so strong biking back. I mean, I had heard on the, you know, on the weather that it was going to be really windy, but yeah, I still took my bike and wow, it was literally blowing a gale coming back. Okay, but luckily, I mean, we literally, you know, we lived very close to the school, so yeah, it wasn't kind of too awful. I only had a very short way to go. I'm not much of a hard work biker, you know. I like to just bike when it's just nice and easy, really. Okay, so I mean, that looks really pretty, doesn't it? Just those little combination of papers and, you know, just layered up as a little sort of flippy pad. So I'm just going to staple those now in 3 spots. Okie dokie. And then they can be in there. And then I think what else I might do is have a little pocket maybe underneath there as well. So again, let's just have a look and see what we've got here. Right, let's pull this in. Okay, so just wondering, do I want a long pocket or do I want a little one? Okay, let me sort of see how this is going to look when that flippy pad's kind of lifted. Right, I'm going to have to kind of go with a long pocket, I think, because, yeah, it's just not going to look all that great otherwise. We've got lots of different sort of bits going on, I think. So let's just go straight down this side. And this really doesn't need to be very wide. Well, I say that, I mean, hopefully it doesn't need to be that wide. Hopefully it's not going to just look ridiculous. It might do. So I'm thinking kind of if I put it there, and then I'm going to have my flippy pad over the top. So then the pad will come up, and this is then a pocket underneath. Yeah, okay. I'll have to have it this way round because there's just a bit of text that otherwise would be upside down. So I'm just going to cut this down here. Like that. Oops. Right, and then I'm just going to add some glue around there. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, just get that bit of glue off of there. Okay. So, I mean, that looks pretty already, doesn't it? So, yep. Just get that excess glue out. Okay. And then we can just have the flippy pad there over the top, which just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Okay, so the flippy pad I'm just going to hot glue, just because, you know, again, that's just really nice and quick when you're doing a video. It's, you know, you sometimes want to just do things in the quickest way possible. So, yeah, the hot glue obviously enables you to do things quickly. Okay. That's super pretty, isn't it? And then all I'm going to do here is we're going to have this pop down here. We could then put another little pocket on here, to be honest. So let's just, again, bring this in. If I just cut down this page here. Okay. I mean, she's gorgeous, isn't she? Such a pretty lady. We'll just trim her down there. Oh, what a lovely pocket she makes. She's so pretty. So I'll just come in here on the edge. Oops, need to just come down slightly more, which was wider than I thought. So just take that down a bit more and, oops, is she going to fit now? She might still be too wide actually. Right, I'm just going to take her down slightly more. I mean, this is where, of course, you know, normal people would just measure, but I can't be doing with measuring. I'd rather just have to cut it multiple times than actually get it right first time, having measured. I mean, the point is, for me, I wouldn't get it right first time. If I measured, it would invariably not be right any time. So, yeah, I probably have more chance of getting it right by, you know, doing it by eye and multiple times than doing it, you know, by measuring. Okay, so just pop that on there like that. Okie dokie. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? Okay, right. So that's glued down there. Just dab that excess glue that's just sort of seeping out a bit. Okay, right, so we've got these little bits here, we've got journaling space here, we've got obviously journaling space here. And then on this side, we've got the envelope tuck. And then going over, we've got, you know, this like center page. So again, just wondering what we could do here, and I'm thinking again we could have another couple of pockets here. So this just happens to be that offcut from the other pocket. So being kind of, you know, frugal, I might as well just use this. So we'll just pop that down. Okay. I do love the colours of this kit, I have to say. I mean, they're really rich and, you know, very, well, they're very striking, but they're very rich and luxurious and sumptuous kind of looking. And I mean, weirdly enough, they just all go really, really nicely together. I mean, there's obviously blue, there's this kind of maroony type, burgundy-ish brown type colour, there's pinks, but they all just absolutely look really gorgeous together. So yeah, really, really liking working with it. Right, just deciding now what to put on here, and I'm thinking maybe we might have a you know, pocket in the middle. So let's take this one. I mean, you know, no particular reason. This is just the first one that kind of was on the pile. So let's just cut that down. Okay. Right, I'm just going to trim this down slightly more. Yeah, you can probably hear the wind, to be honest. It's absolutely... I mean, it sounds like a hurricane, but honestly, I mean, it's such a gorgeous day. It's really bright and sunny and just really cheery, but yeah, just really, really, really windy. Okay, so I'm going to just pop this down here. Like that. Whoops. Just get that glue before I even try to stick it down, because there's a lot of glue on there. Okay, right, pop that down. I'm just pressing it down with the wipe so as I can hopefully just grab all that excess glue as it's seeping out. Okay. So we've got, you know, quite a lot of pockets in here already, which is awesome. I mean, there's lots of journaling space in things like this, I find, to be honest. You know, because you kind of build up on what you're putting down, and, you know, very quickly, a lot of journaling space is then, you know, created. So, and then we've got our fussy cut page as well. So we could always use a couple of the bits here. So I'm just going to cut out a couple of things from here. So I've got this gorgeous postage stamp. Oh, I've got this little banner piece as well. Just cut this one down. Okay, and then this one. Straight across here. Oops. Like that. Oops. The more I try not to drop it, the more I'm dropping it. Again, I should have probably pulled my glasses down from the top of my head to actually cut this out, but never mind. Right, this might be too wide for here, I don't know. Oh, it is a bit. Oh, that's such a shame, isn't it? Oh, I think it's going to be too wide for everything, which is a shame. But having said that, let's just cut the bannery bits off, and then we could just have that on there instead. So that looks, you know, super pretty, doesn't it? So let's just pop this one down. Oh, please excuse the back. Again, this was obviously whilst I was, you know, making the kit and obviously keep printing it out. So, yeah. So there's that one. I wasn't actually, you know, looking for something for this pocket. I was looking for something to put here, but yeah, that piece then just caught my eye. Right, okay, let's go back here. So we've got this gorgeous couple, actually. I wonder if we could have them. Right, I will pull my glasses down for this because, you know, they're a little bit more fiddly and fussy, aren't they, to cut? So let's just go for those. Oops. Otherwise, he's in danger of having his feet cut off, which seems to be a theme for me at the moment. I've obviously cut people's feet and birds' feet and any other thing with feet. I've cut all the feet off recently. So yeah, let's try and keep his feet on. Oops, I nearly cut his ear off that time instead. Honestly, anything at all that's just hanging out is just in danger of being completely cut off. Okay. I mean, preferably not the whole head, because that would be like terrible, wouldn't it, to actually cut their head off. But anything else, anything that's a bit small, it's in danger of being just completely cut off. Ooh. Okay. Right. So they look quite nice down there, don't they? I'm not going to bother cutting this little triangle out. Oh, well, even as I've said that, I'm now like, I can't leave it. So I'm going to now cut it out. So I've got my craft knife here. Oh my goodness. I'm so rubbish with the craft knife. I will probably regret trying to cut this out and wish I'd just inked it instead, but let's just go for it. Okay. Oops, and then just across there, poke that, there we go. And then of course I can ink that, which will get rid of the, you know, that white that we can see. So, okay, just put in my ink. I'll just ink sort of around them as well for any other bits that I've missed. Okay. Yay. Right, okay. So that looks nice, doesn't it? And then do we want anything else down there, I wonder? Got some butterflies here, so let's just take a butterfly. Okay. Oops. Okie dokie. Right, nearly done. Okay, again, just going to cut those antennas straight off because, wow, they're just like too fiddly. And nobody really is going to notice, you know, as long as the overall effect looks pretty, no one's really going to be examining whether or not I've left the antennas there, are they? So, yeah. Ooh, where should I have the butterfly now? It's it looks pretty everywhere, doesn't it? Just wondering, actually, I've got this little piece left. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Shall I tear it or shall I have it just flat like that? Let's just have it flat. Okay, right. So you see, I'm just using up that other scrap. And literally that's all that was just a little scrap. But it was just kind of hanging around on my desk. And I thought, oh, let's just see how that looks. And actually it looked quite nice there. So just pop that there. Again, just press that down. Getting rid of the excess glue. Okay. Right, now going to just pop this couple down here. They're so nice, aren't they? They look lovely. Okay, again, please excuse the back where I've been obviously printing multiple times. Okay. Oops. Just pop them down there like that. Right, okay, so I'm loving how this looks. And then we'll just go over and see what else we need to add. Then I'm going to stitch those, you know, the signature in. And then what I'll probably do to spare you having another extremely lengthy video, like you had the other day, which thank you so much to all you lovely kind people who said that you didn't mind at all. I mean, I had not realised that that was going to get so lengthy, to be honest. But yeah, to save you having another very, very lengthy video, I might just go off camera and finish this folio off with some lace and what have you, and then come back and do like a flip through of, you know, the finished thing. So I've got some ivory lace here, which I just thought is going to look absolutely gorgeous with this. So I'll just cut that down off of the, you know, off that header piece that's kind of causing it to be gathered. Because I will probably put some lace here in that centre, although now I've glued that couple quite far over. It's going to kind of cover his face a bit, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. Yeah, I will do the lace kind of in slower time so as not to kind of, you know, take up loads and loads of time again. And then, yeah, I will then come back and do a flip through. I mean, hopefully kind of join the videos together so as it will seem like it's all one video. Right, so loving how that looks. And then we've got this section here, which again, we've got obviously the envelope here, which is, you know, in itself a nice roomy, you know, pocket. And then here on this side, let's do another pocket or something, you know, so that we've got something else of interest. Just again, see what papers and, you know, what have you that I've got here. Oh, this is actually the same, which is quite good. Let's just see. Or I have these journaling cards, which... Right, I'm just going to cut this journaling card down here. Because I wonder whether instead of just making a pocket, we could have some sort of little, almost like a puzzle of, you know, interlocking kind of flap type items. I don't know whether this is going to work. This is just, you know, just come to me on the spur of the moment. So yeah, it may work, it may not. So I've kept that border around there and just made a little folded edge like that. But I wondered whether we could have almost like a little interlocking system going on here. So we could glue this down here, and then if I just take another one. Okay, well, let's just do the one that was next to there. Like that. Okay, let me just trim this edge down. Right, so I mean, it is going to be a little bit smaller, which is a bit of a shame, but hold on, because I have these ones as well, so let's just check. Right, I'm just going to cut this one out here. Yeah, I still haven't quite decided to, you know, how this is going to work or whether it is going to work, but you know, when something just occurs to you and then, you know, you just have to try it out, don't you? Okay, did not make a good job of cutting this edge down. Oh my gosh, and now I'm making it even worse. Okay. Right, so if we have this one here, and then I'm thinking this one here, oh, it's still not the right size. Oh well, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. We can use that. Or I have got this, but yeah, I'd rather use a journaling card, I think. So let's take this and just again fold over the edge, just, you know, very small flap there. Oops. Oh well. Right, so that's the flap there. Oh, I don't know now. I thought this was going to look really amazing, but so far it's not looking that amazing, to be honest. Maybe this would look better, this one. So let me just fold this one over, because to be honest, you know, it's not now the right size anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Again, let me just bone folder that down. Okay, right. So if we have this one here, and then this one here. Oh, that's better. Yeah, I much prefer that. The other one, just, it wasn't the right journaling card. So I'm going to, yeah, glue this one down first. Like that. Oops. Okay. And it can go, you know, up quite close to that, the fold. It's not really going to be kind of in the way too much. So, yeah, that's that one. And then, you know, just to make sure, just kind of worth folding it over, just to make sure it's not compromised the fold at all. And then we're going to have this one down here. And then what we could still do is actually still fit something else in between them, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to, whoops, again, just glue this one down. Oh my goodness, so fiddly. Well, to be honest, I don't know why I'm finding this so fiddly. just again, having one of those fiddly days. Because I don't think this actually is that fiddly, but yeah, for some reason it feels fiddly to me. Right. So we've got these two flaps, which they're cool, aren't they? I like how those look, and just wonder whether actually we could even maybe have something like a butterfly here. That would hold that closed. I don't know. Let's just give it a try. You know, you just don't know unless you try, do you? So all these things, if it enters your head and you think, oh, you know, might that work, or could that be an option? And it's just worth giving it a try, because, you know, it may well work. Did you hear that wind just then? It was so noisy, wasn't it? Glad I'm not trying to bike anywhere now. I think I'd be off my bike now. I'd just be walking it and pushing it. Okay. Right, then just... Oops. Yeah, so we could have the little butterfly there that acts as a closure. But just before I do that, I'm just going to check what we're going to put in here, just in case, you know, another sort of option occurs to me instead. So let's just then pop some stuff on here. So wondering whether we could have, in fact, right, let me just trim this down. Oops. Oh no, don't want to do that because that's going to fold right into her face. So yeah, I'm going to scrap that. I'll just get a different piece instead. So hold on. Okay, should we have this piece instead? Yeah, I just didn't want it, you know, going right through her face. So, which was exactly what was going to happen. Right. So again, just then use this as my kind of, yeah, so just again using this as my where to cut line or guide, like that. Okay. Oops, I might still have to take that down a bit further, but that's fine. And I'm thinking if we, yeah, we could then have another little pocket maybe here. So then we'd have like a double pocket. We could have this one at the top. I would prefer to have this lower down, but I'm not over keen on having all of this stuff showing. So unless I can kind of cover that up, then I would prefer to probably, yeah, I would prefer to then have this as a very high pocket, I think. So yeah, let's just see. So if we had that maybe. Okay, well, I'm just going to cut this down. Again, just roughly, you know, in line with this piece of paper. Now they're actually a little bit wide, so I'm going to just try and take them in a fraction. And just hope for the best that I haven't taken them in too much, because that is a possibility, obviously. Right, okay. So we've got this one here. Again, let me just make sure all my bits fold up when that is there. It is still a little bit on the wide side, actually. And then this one I can have there. I mean, maybe that could even be a pocket on the side, to be honest. Except I'm then risking it being compromised. Oh, sometimes these things are so tough, aren't they, to decide. Right, okay. Just have a look. Right, well, I prefer it this way round anyway. So, yeah, definitely preferring it that way. And then this one kind of can be up there. So, I mean, actually, in fairness, I can snip this bottom bit off. I'm just being really stingy here because then I've got this bottom bit, which I could use for something else possibly. So, right, okay, let's go here and we're going to just cut these down to the approximate sort of sizes. So again, just going to kind of fold that up as my guide, like that. Let's just snip that off at the bottom. Okay, right, and then I'm just going to trim this slightly more on this side because, again, might as well have just measured it and then maybe have only needed to do it once, but oops, okay. Right, let's have a look. So if we have this one here and then this one here over the top, yeah, They're nice, aren't they? So this would be then a top loading pocket, and then this pocket here. And then I was wondering whether I could have had one of those little doobry things, you know, the those little slidey closure mechanisms. But to be honest, yeah, I don't think that's going to work because there's not really that much room there to have it. Unless I have it down here. I was going to have them in this way, to be honest. Right, let me just pull those in. Hold on. I always like to kind of keep a bunch of these ready punched out. I mean, they're just those little, you know, like little tags. It would be tight, to be honest. I mean, I could probably do it, but it would be a little bit tight. Yeah, probably best not to do that, I think. I mean, you can just tell, can't you, that even as I'm saying probably best not to do that, I'm already thinking, I'm going to do that. I have no idea why I do things like that, to be honest. Or, of course, we could just have the butterfly there. Or maybe we could have this down here. Oh, let's do that. Oh, let's do that. That had not even occurred to me until just that moment. So, okay, right. Let me just get my pokey tool and poke that hole straight in there. Okay. Then I'm just going to take my brad to attach that. Shall we glue these pockets down so they stop moving around? There we go. Okay. So it's quite high on there, but, you know, I mean, really, I'm just trying to cover up all that stuff, you know, where we had all the papers meeting at the top. So, you know, although it's quite high, it still looks fine. And actually, I've pulled it down slightly more now, so it's not quite so high as it was. Okay. And then we'll just do this one here as well. Whoops. Oh, I don't know why, but for some reason, every time I glue something, I keep on slipping off and kind of like, oh, the glue then slips over the other side. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. Oops, okay. Oh, that looks super pretty, doesn't it? Okay, right. So we've popped that one down there. Just get that excess glue out. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my brad and just attach that little thingy in there to act as the little mechanism. So let me just grab my brad. Okay. I mean, that doesn't worry me, having the brad poking through here. Obviously, if it did worry you, then you can always cover that up, you know, with something. But yeah, I'm not going to bother. I don't think it's, you know, I don't think it does any harm kind of showing through like that. So that then, whoops, that then can just hold that closed like that. Oh, gorgeous. Love how that looks. Right, okay. So then we've got this side where we're going to obviously stitch these, you know, pages in to make it like a journal. And then, of course, what we can do is just maybe add a couple more pockets on this side as well, just so you've got, you know, something else going on this side. So just kind of leave those pockets there for a second. See what we've got left from our pages that we've cut off. Oops, not that one really, because that's just going to be upside down, which doesn't look great, of course. Let's try this. Okay. can't actually tell whether that's up the right way or the wrong way now. Okay, do we like it like that? I think I could get a better, you know, get a better match there, to be honest. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Oh, now I'm going to have that same problem with cutting her in half, look. Right, I'm going to, I think, cut it down here. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to just cut this in down this edge. So hold on. Okay, right. Squish this down as my guide, and then I'm just going to snip this down the edge. So hold on. Oh, do you know what? I just had this little fleeting thought that actually, wouldn't this look gorgeous with some gold? You know, some gold edging. I don't think I'm going to do that because I hadn't really thought of it in time. And if I was doing that, I would probably have preferred the gold edging to be, you know, all over the place. But yeah, it only just has, you know, kind of dawned on me, and I thought, oh, wouldn't gold edging just look absolutely gorgeous in here or on here? Right, just checking that I wouldn't prefer her this side. Oh, I might prefer her this side actually after all that. Okay, right, yeah, okay, right. So again, just going to now have her this side now instead. Yeah, I think it would look really awesome with some gold edging. As I say, I'm not going to do that now because I probably would have done it slightly differently if I was going to have the gold, but you know, it hadn't really occurred to me until literally just that second, and I thought, oh, I think gold would look really lovely with this. Right. Okay, so that's a nice tall pocket on that side, and then I just want to do something obviously on here, which of course this was supposed to be for. Sometimes, you know, we just have to change our mind, don't we? Because we, you know, spot somewhere else that's going to look better. Okay. Oops. Yeah, so that's going to go there. And then should we just do a small pocket down here? Yeah, let's just do a tiny one. I mean, we could even do it. Let me just have a look. Just thinking, could we keep this piece of paper in its entirety and have this as like a little foldy piece, kind of like a secret piece there. I don't know, that maybe just looks a bit silly. Yeah, perhaps it does. I think it would have looked okay if this had been a patterned piece of paper rather than the coffee knife background actually. But yeah, anyway, it looks fine, just being glued down as a pocket. I'm just going to trim that down slightly on that edge. I'd rather the pockets were a bit smaller than the page than be, you know, overhanging the edge, because then there's always a danger that they're going to just be in the way. Okay. Right. Okay, so that looks super pretty, doesn't it? Okay, right, we got there in the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this across to the sewing machine, and I'm just going to stitch these pages in like a signature here. And then obviously I'm going to add some lace and some bits and bobs to kind of finish the journal off. And then I will come back and we will have a sort of flip through of how it looks. So yeah, I will be back. Okay, I'm back. So this is the final flip through. So as you can see on the front cover, I've added some lace. I put some bling on this butterfly and some little pearly trim. I've got some buttons on here. And then I had this flower floating about on my desk. It's been there, you know, floating about for ages. And I just thought, oh, that just goes really nicely on here. So I've popped the flower on. And then inside here, sorry, I should really mention, I cut this side open. I don't think I had done that. Well, I know that I hadn't done that previously and I hadn't intended on doing that, but I suddenly thought, oh, actually I could open that envelope up. So I just literally cut this flap open, which then provides this massive pocket in here. So inside is obviously the pocket, and then I just literally made this very basic kind of foldy thing. And all I've done is folded this over. I've popped decorative thing on the front with some lace, and then on the inside you've got obviously the backing of the coffee dyed paper, and then I took another sheet and I kind of folded it into thirds, but there was also an extra piece, if that makes sense, and then glued it in. So you've got the whole beautiful sheet that folds out and it looks, you know, super pretty, and obviously on the back you've got all that extra journaling space. So I hope that that kind of makes sense. I mean, it's almost like a little booklet, but not quite, if that makes sense. So I've never done one of those before, but I thought that just worked so brilliantly. So that's just popped in there. Then I've got this pocket here, again, just added some lace and tucked in one of the journal cards from the kit. And then obviously I stitched in the pages, and I've just put some lace down some, or, you know, that page there, and then we've got the other pages. This one here, I've again just paper clipped on just another sheet from the kit, which again has got more journaling space on the back. So I mean, you know, you've really got quite a lot of journaling space inside here, I must say. And then here, this is the center of the signature. Again, I just popped some of the blue lace down there, and then on the side I've just taken the key from the kit and then just glued it onto some lace just for a sort of decorative piece there on the edge of the page. And then I just paper clipped on some of the journal cards from the kit. So you've got a whole bunch of journal cards from the kit. So, you know, you've really got quite a bit of journaling space on here. So they just obviously clip on like that. And then here, sorry, the paper clip also is holding this closed. I made a little kind of foldy flap there, just with one of the journaling cards straight onto one of those pages. So we just then, oops, clip those back on like that. Oh, super fiddly, sorry about this. Then obviously some more pages, and then, oops. And then here I just did the same again with some more of that lace. I thought it looked pretty. Another little kind of foldy flip there, but again, it's just a journaling card that I've just kind of, you know, made into a little flip. So that just goes like that. Then here where we put that tiny pocket, I've just put a little bit of lace on there for some decorative detail. And inside the pocket, I took one of the smaller journaling cards, that's obviously in there. Then I took one of the little invoice pieces and I just folded it in, and I just folded it in half like that. And then I took one of the background pages that I just had some kind of leftover and just made then another little kind of flippy pad here with obviously some more of the, not coffee dyed, sorry, the food colour papers on there. Put the frame from the Fussy Cuts page onto the front of there. So it looks really super cute. That just tucks in like that. And then if we go over, this is the back now of the journal. So I just put some lace at the top and then one of the little journaling labels at the back. I will be putting one of my handmade by Shabbydabbydoodah little pieces on here, but I haven't done that yet. And then going over, so we're now kind of on the other half of the folio. So we've got this little flip out here. So we put this pocket on. I've just put some lace at the top and then put in the pocket just again one of the little, or two of the little journaling cards, and I folded them over to make a little kind of foldy piece. Again, another one of the invoices, just folded it over again. So got those. And then when this opens out, I just put one of the elements from the Fussy Cut page on here with some lace, and then this acts as a pocket. I just put one of the small journaling cards in there as well. And then here for our, you know, flippy pad thing, I just glued one of the little circles on the bottom. I thought that looked really, really cute on there. And then some lace trim at the top in that gorgeous navy blue. So you've got obviously your pages there for journaling. And then at the bottom, I just put some more lace down there, and then just tucked in, again, another journaling card, or two journaling cards from the smaller ones, and folded them in half to kind of make like a little foldy piece. And then on this side, I just added some lace with some Diamante faux, you know, bling on there. And then I tucked in, again, a whole bunch of the journaling cards from the kit. So again, you know, a lot more journaling space on there. They just go, oops, go in like that. And then going over. So love how this page looks. It's so, so pretty. So I just put some lace trim up here with some more of the kind of navy blue lace up, you know, over the top of there. So hopefully that's, you know, picked up on the camera. Some bling on that butterfly. And then in here, I just tucked one of the postage stamps in like that. That just, oops, tucks in here. Then here, I've got a couple of the smaller pieces from the kit that they all just tuck into this little pocket down here. And then we've got the bigger pocket, and I just tucked in that big circle kind of journaling card. It doesn't go right in because it's actually too wide, but it goes in well enough. It's held in there. One of the postage stamps from the kit I've just popped up there with some lace. So it looks really pretty. And then, of course, we've got that lovely couple. And then we turn the page. And again, this is the other envelope. So put one of the labels from the kit, and it's onto some lace and then a little butterfly. And then again, inside that envelope, I just put some more pieces from the kit like that. So you've got more journaling space there. And then finally, this was the side where we did those kind of opening, you know, flaps kind of opposite to each other. So we've got the little doobry thing here. So move that out of the way, and you can open that like that. I just took another piece from the kit there and kind of layered it up with some lace here, and then put in another piece from the kit into there. And then above there, we've got the pocket here. So again, another piece from the kit tucked in there. And then finally, right at the top, oops, I just took again another piece from the kit, and I've just tucked her straight in up there. So yeah, super cute little folio / journal. I mean, it really does have quite a bit of journaling space, and yeah, I think it just came out really, really, really pretty. And yeah, I love how it turned out. I loved working with the kit. It was super fun. So I hope that you like the folio. I hope you like the kit. Obviously, the folio I will be listing in my Etsy shop. I do have a waiting list, so I will probably have to go down the waiting list before listing this. Obviously, if it's already sold, it will be marked as sold in the description. But if not, it will be available in my Etsy. And of course, the Saville Row kit itself, that's all available in my Etsy as well. So yeah, I really hope that you like the little craft along. I hope you like what we made. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Have a great Mother's Day, everybody. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.